In this video we're going to be talking through two dust collectors. A very cheap one from China, mass produced, about £30–40 on eBay, Amazon. They come in various guises. You can get square ones, this has got a slight angle on it. But the idea is that they all use the same sort of computer type fan and hope that when your hand's over it, the slight breeze it's creating just pulls some of the dust in. And we're going to compare it to our very own Zephyros, made in Korea. By a brilliant little company, amazing to deal with. They'll love a bit of Instagram. They're all over Instagram, by the way. Yeah, nice and lightweight. We'll go into that in a minute. So first of all, price point. Ours is £200. This is only £30. I'll explain why the massive price difference. First of all, the power. Only 18 watts in this one from China, so not a lot of power at all. And to be honest, probably not enough power for what you need to create enough suction and downforce and low pressure to get the dust into the filter bag, which is underneath. The size, this is actually quite small and compact. I'd say, I could argue it's too small. The surface area is just like circular, so when your hand's over it, you're going to miss some, it's going to hit some of the side, almost guaranteed. You've got quite a large sort of buffer area here, which is serving no purpose, just a design feature. As mentioned, the fan as well in this is really essentially a computer fan. So it hasn't got enough down sort of pressure. It's got a down pressure there, low pressure, sorry, down force to pull some of the dust in, but nowhere near as enough as this. The size of this is slightly bigger, only ever so slightly. It's actually lighter as well, but it doesn't waste a lot of the space. So when your hand's over here, it's not a circle, it's a square area. So most of the dust is collected. The fan in here is more of a blower fan, which creates a lot more low pressure over this area, pulling in a lot more dust particles from above. So the difference being in the fans, it's just a better quality fan. They work on the same principle that they spin around and to create drag and downforce, but the pressure created in this is so much more better than this one. The weight, as mentioned, a lot lighter, made out of aluminium. The design's amazing as well, love the design. This is very basic, probably just a plastic mould, and for some reason it is heavier. I'm not sure why. You can adjust the speed on the Zephyros. There's a knob at the side, so if you're doing something which is bringing in fine dust particles, you can have it on quite low. Anything a bit bigger like gel acrylics, you can have it on a higher setting, speed setting, so it's going to turn the fan faster, which pulls in more. You don't necessarily need to have them full all the time. I'd advise have it on the lowest speed and work your way up depending on what job you're doing. And on this one, it's just one speed only. Which isn't ideal really, is you could have having big chunks coming off, but you ain't going to necessarily pull them. And the main difference, and one of the big is the filter. So the filter on the Zephyros sits on top, and it's pulled in from the low pressure to the top of the fan. Everything that's pulled on to the fan on the Zephyros is left on top of the filter paper here. Then it's just discarded or tipped away and can be used again. A really good filter paper as well. Really, you can't see through it. Fine particles will not land on top, nothing goes through. Whereas the filter on the cheap one, it goes through the fan, so it gets pulled through the fan into the bag and is just left to collect in this bag and just tends to go everywhere. The other issue is that when it's pulling the debris through the fan, it's collecting inside underneath the blades and in the mechanism and bearings underneath there, and eventually it just slows the fan down. It's not a good way to do it really, because all you're doing is damaging the inside of the fan via the dust from the product that's coming off, and then when you're taking that stuff it goes everywhere. It's not an ideal bag really. Whereas this is a lot better filter. You can actually see through that filter on the cheap one, but this one you can't. So yeah, nothing goes near the fan on the Zephyros, everything is left on top. There you go, just a basic overview compared to a cheap dust collector from the likes of Amazon and eBay, compared to our very own Zephyros, which is available to buy on our website right now.